Hey, I'm Michelle,
And I'm Ronald,
and this is Talking Squirrels.
Middle School Ministry Podcast. Michelle, do you have enough coffee on board now? Are you good?
I've gone through like half now, so I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm currently rocking a Dr. Pepper tin, I gotta say.
A Dr. Pepperton?
No, it's Dr. Pepper, and it's the Dr. Pepper 10 variety.
Oh, like 10.
Yeah. Have you had a Dr. Pepper 10?
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, see,
I'm gonna Google it right now.
I think it was a big thing, and then not as much. So like it's a Dr. Pepper, but it's only got 10 calories.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
I like my Dr. Pepper with full calories.
Well, yeah,
unfortunately.
but I'm older. I'm older than you. So since I'm too old, I've got to watch my figure. You know what? Diet Dr. Pepper is one of the few diet drinks I can handle.
Really?
I'm not a Diet Coke guy.
I just can't. Yeah, I can't do the diet drinks. I'm like, I'll take water.
My wife used to be a big Diet Coke drinker, and then she gave it up altogether. She does not drink
cold turkey
Diet Coke, and I'm not there.
I just love soda. Like it's a problem.
I fit into that stereotype. That's why I had to find a soda that would work with me and carry me into my 40s, because I'd like to meet my 40s healthy.
Oh, way to go.
Well, we're trying to get there.
Do you call it soda? You call it soda in Texas, or is it pop?
Oh no, it's I am from Alabama, so it is all Coke.
Okay. We had this argument in our office the other day.
Well, yeah, and so if you go to a restaurant in Alabama and you say, I want a Coke, they'll ask you what kind.
So that throws me off so much.
Yeah. And so, but here in Texas, you maybe a little bit, hey, I want a Coke. Okay, do you mean Coke, or do you want a different kind of soda? I've had to start saying soda so that my students and other people understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
But to me, I am drinking a Dr. Pepper 10, but to me, the category of beverage I'm currently drinking is a Coke.
Gosh, that's so wild. My husband still refers to it as pop.
See, I will make a concession and call it soda. I think I just flat out refuse to call it pop.
I kind of enjoy it, where I'm like, yeah, throw me a pop, making fun of it almost, but I'm like, I kind of like it.
No, I think I'm going to be stubborn on this one. I think I'm just not. I'm not. I think I'm going to stubborn stick to my guns and say soda's as far as I'll go. Something else that I'm trying to stick to my guns to, and I've been having a hard time with, is having leaders and recruiting leaders and getting leaders to buy in for my large group meetings. So I've got small group leaders, and my small group leaders are amazing. They serve, they're willing, they are they reach out to students, and I love it. But when I have, on a Sunday morning which is when we do our large group time, I have the hardest time recruiting adults to be there and to be around. And some of the reason is because it's Sunday morning, right? So all the Bible studies are going on, and all the children's ministry is happening. So there's a lot of adults volunteering everywhere. And I don't want to exhaust my small group leaders because they're already doing stuff. But even with the adults who are hey, we'll help out on Sunday morning, they've come in a couple times and been like, oh, well, Ronald, you've got 2 other adults here. You're fine. You don't need me. See you later. I'm like,
oh, okay.
So I'm trying to think about how I can cast vision to these adults and be like, no, for real, 4 adults in this room of middle school students is not enough. We need some more here. That would be fine to have more adults hanging out with these students.
100%.
You do not have that problem. You've got adults around all over the place.
I mean, we're doing okay. I would absolutely, as I think with every ministry, we're always needing more volunteers and more leaders, right? Whatever you call them, leaders, team members, volunteers. Right. We always want more adults, right? We always want more people older than a middle schooler
Yes,
to hang
please.
around. Wait, so do you have your small group leaders a part of Sunday morning as well, or no?
And that's the thing, because our small group meets on Wednesday nights. So we have two
Right.
separate, we have split programs. So I've tried to say, hey, small group leaders, I need you to like jump in every so often. And it worked well last year.
Nice.
But this year I'm getting some pushback being like, hey, I really want to be a part of, like my Bible study, or, hey, I'm volunteering in these other places, which they are. So the
Yeah.
ask has not been a part of, hey, if you volunteer on Wednesday night, you automatically volunteer on Sunday morning as well. So I'm trying to
Mm,
navigate those waters. Like, what is the ask when you become a small group leader?
totally. Yeah, we do something similar because we do ours on Tuesday night for small groups, and then our large
Yeah.
group is on Sunday mornings. And one of the big things for us is like we highly, highly, highly encourage that if you are going to be a part of the ministry, that you do both. And that's not
Oh,
everyone. Like, yeah, we really want them because an hour and a half is not enough time with really students to get to know them, to actually see them. Like we want them to see them at least twice a week.
I mean, yeah.
Because that's what just like what we believe in is the more you get to see them, the more impact you're going to have.
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone can do that, right? Um, so we have some that do both. Like we have some that are here every Tuesday and every Sunday. Some we have just on Sunday, and some we have just on Tuesday. But
So you've got some leaders who are really, really bought in.
totally, and they absolutely love it. Like they would not change what they do. And we even have a couple who are like, "Man, I wish I could do Tuesday nights,
Yeah.
or I wish I could be there on Sunday mornings." But right,
But
like
like
they have two
schedule.
younger kids, and right, like things just happen. They're like, "Yeah, I can't make it."
Sure.
Um, but yeah, like
But
every time I talk with a leader, I'm like, it is highly encouraged. Like if you can do both, to do both. But it's never like a requirement.
but it is something that you put in with the original ask and say like, hey,
Yes.
if you're going to be a group leader, it is encouraged that you are at both of these programs.
Yeah. And especially like Sunday's really, really easy for us.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time it's like, hey, I just need you to show up and go and talk to a student.
Yeah.
Like right? Like hey, you don't need to teach, you don't need to do anything that this week. Like I just need you to be there and be present.
Yeah. I need you to be relational with students.
Yeah.
See, I feel like on some level I've done that and been like, hey, here's the vision, get to know your student more, get to know the students who aren't in small group. Like for some reason they can't make Wednesday nights, they only come on Sunday mornings. So like you're going to meet students who you don't know and things like that. But then,
yeah,
like I said, there some of these adults will walk in and just be like, no, it looks like you've got everything under control. I'm like, that's not the point. Like I need you.
yeah. That's
And so
really interesting.
maybe I need to flounder more. Maybe I need to struggle more with taking control of the room so that they feel like they need to be there.
Just let them go crazy.
Yeah, and just be like, oh, that's why I need these adults in the room because I can't handle it. Maybe need to
I
not
love it.
handle it as well. Seem like a good strategy,
Start
maybe.
breaking things.
And I've got adults who I've said and tried to say, hey, just be my Sunday morning only volunteer.
Yeah.
Right. And so I've got some adults who have told me that they want to do that, but then they come in and they see a couple small group leaders hanging out, which, I've encouraged small group leaders to come make an appearance, that kind of thing. And some of them do. And they'll
Totally.
go, well, look,
Yeah.
Looks like you got everything under control. So I don't know if like my ask is not big enough, and I need to make sure that like I'm really casting the vision for my large group leaders. Be like, no, you're more than a warm body. You're more than just sitting in a row trying to keep students paying attention. Like,
yeah,
this is relational, could be really huge, impactful ministry. And I just need them to see that.
Totally. And that's what we want them to see, right? Like, is your impact by showing up, by being present, by literally sitting in a row with them, like that's doing something.
Right. Because I mean, it's making a student feel like they're a part of the greater church, not just the youth group, because they know that adult over there who they're going to see later, and so like that's a big part of it. But yeah, in my
Do you give your
context,
leaders like jobs on Sunday mornings?
see, and that's another thing. A lot of what we do on Sunday mornings is student led. So I have student greeters, students running my audio visuals, students doing the band, students doing the
Nice.
announcements, students doing games. And so there's a lot that is already being done.
Totally.
So,
And that's what, right? That's the hard part too, is like you want your students involved. You want them learning how to do all these things.
yeah.
But then, so what's a leader doing?
Okay. So
We're back.
we are back. Yay. A quick little attendance call out for my kid who's homesick today. I'm thinking, should I like put my adults in charge of the students who are serving, or like to that so that they have jobs, or should I give them more jobs rather than just go be relational? Because maybe that's the ask is too small, and like being relational. I don't think it is. They might think it is.
Yeah, that's a great question, right? Like, I think that all of us should be asking is why do we have leaders on a Sunday morning, like during a large group? Like, what are they there for? And
Insurance. No,
absolutely. One of the things that I love that I didn't even like, one of my leaders just jumped in and started doing this is we have some of our students running tech, but he's back there with them.
Yeah.
Overseeing them.
And he's making sure that
usually they're not paying attention. And
what?
So he's there. Right. It's like 3 of the girls there last week. And I was like, guys, come on, pay attention.
I've stopped trying to do like cool, hey, this is the words I say for the next slide, and just be like, hey, person doing the slides, I need you to go to the next one, please.
Yep. And there's sometimes like, right, we can do that. And I'm like, it's great. But he's been like super awesome at helping them, even like he's really, he knows our tech booth. Yeah. And so if they have an issue, like he's there.
And he's doing it.
So that's one thing that I really appreciate. And he's there both Sunday and Tuesdays. So like he's one of our ones that are like, he's super bought into the ministry. And our students just love hanging out around him. And they know that he's the tech guy. And so they're like, can we go do tech today?
Oh, and so they want to go do tech so they can hang out with him.
Yeah.
No, but I love that. You've got an adult with a defined job who is also being related with students.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the direction I need to be going in, and saying like, hey, adult, your job's not just to come hang out. Your job is to help with the game, like the game, and then make sure that gets done. And then, hey, adult, your job is to be in the booth, and your job is to be with the band.
Yeah. And even like when we're doing games, like if I'm leading a game that week, my leaders are helping me do the game, right? Like I'm like, hey, I need you guys to pass out whiteboards and pens. So like they are on it, like they have their job. Or if I'm like, hey, I need you guys to go set up this table and like put all the stuff out, like they're doing it. Communion, like they're in charge, like they bring everything out. They know how to do all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so no, that's some really good stuff for me to think over, because I think if I can give my leaders in large group some like specific jobs and asks, they'll feel more like they need to be involved rather than just, hey, Ronald's got this under control.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in reality, it could switch at any moment. Like those middle school students could revolt and it'd be done if it's just 100%. Me in the room. Michelle, this is why I appreciate your wisdom and your understanding, because you're a smart cookie.
Oh, thank you. But like, I mean, I wish at our point, like we had more students serving in our ministry. And so right now, like we need leaders because we don't have anybody else doing certain things.
Gotcha. Yeah. So maybe this is a problem.
I need to learn how to get my students more involved.
Well, this is youth ministry. It's never going to stop, right? We're always going to have
it's a never-ending circle.
Goodness. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to us try to hash some stuff out. Hopefully, if you've got leaders who are doing an awesome job during your large group meeting, let us know. Give me some tips, some pointers. I'd love to hear about them. Other than that, rate, review, subscribe, do all the internet things. And my goodness, we will talk to you next week.
Bye.